My name's Joseph Galliano and I'm the editor of Gay Times magazine. I think that the gay media retains a relevancy now and probably always will for several reasons. I mean, I think first of all, in terms of legal rights, most of the arguments and most of the battles in the UK have been won. I think there's a little way to go culturally. I think that that's still something we can that needs work on. But I think that what is really important is to look outside of ourselves to perhaps the 80 countries in the world that homosexuality is still a punishable crime. I think it's important that we share those stories and that we understand that the world is not just how we see it here. And I think as well that gay men just can get a little bit sick of being addressed by the media as if they are heterosexual constantly, and the gay media provides respite from that.
The history of Gay Times really goes back to the time of the original Gay News in June 1972. My partner and I were producing a magazine called Jeffrey at the time, which was really a very satirical gay version of Private Eye. It was real terrible rubbish, quite honestly. But that's where it started, and that became Line Up. And then from then in 1974, we produced Him Exclusive, which was the first gay adult magazine to be on newsstands. Distribution was a major problem. At that time, something like W. Smith or someone like W. Smith just wouldn't take us at all. We were lucky enough to find a small distributor and built the circulation in 8 issues from 2,500 to 16,500, which was quite revolutionary in those days. From there, during the 70s and the early part of the 80s, we progressed. Him Exclusive became Him Monthly. And then in '84, we bought the title of Gay News and incorporated it into Him Monthly, which became Him Gay Reporter, and which became Gay Times.
Say 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when the idea was first vaunted, it would have been far more controversial because it would have been seen as almost kind of stepping back into the closet, you know, taking the word gay off. But I think these days it just seems, you know, you don't need to force it down people's throats. I think gay men are very sort of sophisticated consumers. They don't like being shouted at. So it's sort of, it seemed quite a natural progression. It's what people called it anyway. Well, if you're an aspiring journalist, we get lots of aspiring journalists writing in for advice, and my advice is quite simple. It's just write. That's how you become a good writer and you become a better writer. And write in and get in touch and come up with ideas. People often sort of email and sort of say, oh, I'd love to write for Gay Times, you know. And say, well, okay, what would you like to write about? That would be a good starting point. Come up with some feature ideas. But I think, like any magazine, we're always gagging for new writers, new contributors, people with ideas, people with talent.
The magazine, like all publications, everything in life really has got to change with the times. And the big campaigning, the political periods have passed us by. Therefore, we must become more relevant to our audience. And that's what I think Gay Times is now.
The future of GT is really exciting. Our sales are growing, which is totally bucking the trend of the men's market in general, which is slumping at the moment. But more than that, I'd like to see GT become a really great, well-known global brand. I'd like it to retain and build upon its authority. I'd like it to just be the best gay magazine in the world, and I think that we're almost there.